Good morning to each and every one of you all. Running a little bit later this morning because I parked far away. I cannot believe that I've almost walked 2,000 steps to get here. That's crazy. Anyhow, that's my exciting morning. The only problem is I have to walk back in the other direction. Good morning to each and every one of you and a blessed Saturday. I hope you all are having a fantastic morning. It is the beginning of your weekend. No, you're not allowed to sleep in today. You can sleep in tomorrow. Today you are mine. Well, for now. I should say ours because the care team will take offense to that. You are ours this morning and I hope you're ready for a beautiful little stroll, little relaxation, little peace. Well, actually the relaxation and peace went through the door when I picked up the microphone. But don't worry about that. Alright, just give me 1 second to move myself around on these boulders. I'm actually mountain climbing today. I would like to tell everyone, please do not try this here. Remember, I am a qualified and certified Olympian, so I can climb on all these barriers and things like this here, but I would not like you to do that. Please be careful and be cautious. We'd like to say our serenity prayer right now. We're just going to focus a little more in this direction here. Let me say our serenity prayer, and those of you who would like to join us, please do. All others, we'll be back to you in a couple of moments time. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. What a beautiful morning. I am not minding the overcast conditions or the haze that I'm seeing. I'm looking at the world's most beautiful beach. Now notice this morning, when I said in our preamble, we're going to the most beautiful beach in the world, I'm sure everybody thought, well, he's going up into Worthing, he's going to the office. I didn't say the best beach in the world. I'm being realistic. This is the most beautiful beach in the world. Imagine, this was not here when I was in my 20s. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that as we're journeying on from here. Just want to point out a couple of things where we are. We are actually running parallel to the Wharf Road, which is in Bridgetown. That's Bridgetown, just over these boulders here. All the pleasure crafts that are here, as you can see. This is where you will probably come and join your catamarans or the pleasure cruises that go on. This is where the Coast Guard station was, just to mention. All this area here, we see the casuarina trees. All this section here was the Coast Guard by what we call our dry dock. However, the sea conditions here did not favor them staying here. Whenever there were large swells, there was no protection for the vessels on the inside. The swells would come right over the walls that were here, and therefore that was relocated onto the Spring Garden Mighty Griner Highway down with the flour mill. However, in the distance, you're also seeing the barriers that have been set up for our main fishing town in Barbados, that is in Bridgetown itself. What I can say is I was talking to a couple of guys a little while ago, and they're dreading the sargassum start because in heavy sargassum times that entire harbour area will fill up with sargassum that come down the currents off the south, causing a lot of problems for the guys in fishing boats. So I hope that doesn't happen this year. I hope everything goes smoothly. I have already seen some all over the coastline, but hopefully it will not get too heavy. Now yesterday a lot of you paid attention to you know who, so I made sure and left him at home this morning. He's at home sulking. I know I'm going to have to bear with him for the rest of the day, but you all know already, I don't like any attention being taken from me. And yesterday, notice a lot of you all came on and spoke about him. So we're not going to mention him anymore because he's already taken up way too much of my time this morning. Beautiful day today. Fully outfitted for rain or whatever comes my way. It does not make any difference. We're out here to do our morning vlog. That's what we're going to do no matter what happens. At the moment, I'm seeing a lot of haze and I'm seeing a lot of what could be dust clouds and not really heavy rain clouds. I was watching satellite this morning, all kind of stuff is going on. So it's usual tropical time of the year. These things can happen. If you're on the island, enjoy what you have. It is warm, it is beautiful. The sea out here is absolutely lovely. Another thing I would like to point out to you, one second. The other day we were at the best beach in the world and someone said, oh, there's a red flag up. It's because it's dangerous to swim there. It's dangerous to swim at the groin because there's a channel that runs outside that the boats use to get out of the St. Lawrence Lagoon into the open waters. And therefore, right by the groin itself, lots and lots of currents come around there because all the water comes in to the actual lagoon and then exit out through that area where the channel is. Very similar to what you're seeing here. Now this is a beautiful beach which is usually very, very calm. We're picking up a little bit of a south swell today because the winds and high pressure are pushing a little swell in our direction over the next day or so. We're expecting to have some good surf, so surf's up, dudes. But this is a similar situation here they're warning you about. This entire area is relatively safe until you get here by this section because likewise all the water comes into this massive bay and then runs across the front of this groin area. So if you're coming to this beach, please do not bathe down here in the western end. As you will see, there is a little bit of sand that's forming just down below here as well. They have had some sand that was building up in the mouth of the wharf itself, and they've had to do some dredging there in the past, but it all seems good right now. I am looking forward, not looking forward to bad weather, but I am looking forward to bringing you what the natural power looks like when there's rough seas. I'm going to bring you down here and hopefully show you, because it's going to just change your mind about down here. You're going to say, whoa, I cannot believe that is possible in that sheltered area. Alright, so we're going to be climbing down from here now. So any oohs, ahs and grunts that you hear are not from me. They're from a person that you see behind me here. Only I can see that person this morning. So here we go. Remember, these are for skilled athletes, highly trained people like myself. Please do not come down here and walk all over these boulders. They actually have signs up warning you about coming down in this area and walking on these boulders, how dangerous it can be. So I will show you that as well. So when you come down here, don't walk across these here, because what you see is not what you're supposed to be doing. It's beautiful along here. Just to give you some highlights, originally there was a wall that ran across here before all these armored stones had been dropped. Jeez, you notice I picked up that word off a sign this morning, quick, and use that. So all this section here had a big wall that you see used to run up and hit. Let me run up. Okay, well anyhow, you know how Bajans talk. So you see, used to come right into just behind here where the wall was, hit up on there and wash over the actual wall and do some damage inside where the Coast Guard was located. Beautiful, beautiful bay. I can't tell you that. I'll tell you there are some amazing beaches here in Barbados, but the most beautiful beach to me is this Carlisle Bay section. It is long, it is wide, it is powdery, it is usually relatively calm. There is some sargassum, as you can see, but it doesn't get the amount that the South Coast gets, but it does get the South Lap that comes around Needham's Point, just over by the Hilton. So it does depend on the currents and stuff. But you can find sargassum here, and also at Pebbles as well on occasions. As you all would have seen if you have been here quite often over the last years or so. I won't say last 2 years, because a lot of you have not been here over the last 2 years. As you can see, we are doing our artist impressions this morning. Only one this morning, but it did capture quite a few people who asked me what it was about. So now a lot more people are knowing what the EMC represents. Now all behind here, party boats, party boats, party boats. So you'll find all of them here, or majority of them here in this location here in the careenage. Careenage means to turn a boat on its side and conduct repairs. I'm going to hoist you up a little bit. You will see the poles from the dry dock itself. That's where they used to conduct all of the repairs in years gone by. It is a screw dock, so the boats used to come in onto a platform and then they would screw it up into the air and carry out repairs on it. That has not been in use for many, many years, but it's still there and it's still in relatively good condition. Not workable, of course, because most of the spirals have corroded, so it'd be very difficult to wind it up and bring it down. Now this beach, for anyone that has not been here for 2 years, is going to be somewhat blown away at the changes that have happened along this coastline here since you were here. Directly in front of us where you're seeing that grove of coconut trees, we're going to be going out there in a couple of minutes time. That was a massive beach complex known as Pirates Cove, my apologies. And that was huge, and that was here for a long time. For quite some time, those trees were actually planted by them. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure what happened there, but it did. The ownership did dissolve, and the entire operation has moved or ceased to operate anymore. So you will see the area that you would have seen tents and lots of thatch huts and stuff, they're gone now. So the beach is looking absolutely beautiful down here. Not that it wasn't nice to have a beach facility, so hope you're not thinking that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it looks absolutely beautiful. As you can see, the beach is relatively clean. It is a lovely, lovely beach. I am very impressed at the way it's looking this morning. Out in the far distance, you see the Jolly Roger moored way off of there. That is up for sale. You may have seen that on Facebook recently, a couple of ads up trying to sell the Jolly Roger. That was affiliated with the same Pirates Cove that was over here. As I said, that has dissolved, so I guess the assets are being sold off. I'm going to walk you up a little closer here, because I don't know if any of you, when you were here and they had the tents and the bar and everything, it was on the stage that was set up in this general area here, had a chance to see the mural. But I'm going to pass you in that direction and let you have a look at it. It is not really the kind of thing that I will put on a wall near a sea or a beach bar with sharks and stuff on it. But anyhow, we don't get shark attacks here, or let's say we have not had any shark attacks here, so I wouldn't let that be a concern for you. Obviously it's an ocean and there are big fish out there. We see many of them in trammel nets and stuff when they used to dive, but we haven't seen any close to the shoreline. This whole area was lots of structures and development before. It has changed considerably, as you will see, and this is what I was telling you about the grove. Without all of those thatch huts, there are 2 still remaining there, or 3, but majority of them have been dismantled and have gone. All of these structures that were on the inside here of this wall, like on the beach side of this wall, have been dismantled as well. The mural is not in the best of condition because a lot of the actual plaster has been chipped off of it over time. But I just want to bring you past here, let you see some of the artistry and stuff that goes on this island. I'm not too sure who painted this, but I know there's some very aware people in our group that would probably know which artist had done this, and I'm sure they will tell us by the end of the vlog. But you can still see how beautiful this must have been before all the plaster was chipped away. It must have been really, really beautiful. I can't even remember seeing this, because right in front of here there was a tent and stuff with dancing, and I can't really remember seeing this when I've been here before. Or if I saw it, I didn't pay a note of it, that's for sure. This was also a part of their property as well. They used to have dancing on the upper floor. When community used to come here, it used to be busy. This is also an extremely busy area for when the ships were in, around November to April. Extremely busy along Carlisle Bay. Just beautiful out here though. This is as tropical as you could want it. Don't mind these skies. The skies are not relevant right now. What is relevant is what you're seeing. Is this not just stunning? I'm going to take you out a little bit further, give ourselves another 360 from there, and then we'll proceed onward. COVID did the dog to a lot of people all over the world, but you can see the impact it's had here in the island. A lot of businesses have closed, have taken on their structures, and a lot of businesses have changed names. It has opened opportunity for many, but unfortunately many have also suffered. Just going to take you on a 360 spin of this here now and let you have a look at this beautiful, beautiful area. Yes, I agree with the words being used. Stunning, absolutely beautiful. All right, now, so just to give you a little more update, this is where they're proposing the Hyatt Zeta Hotel This section has been cleared here. They're projecting anywhere between 10 and 18 stories. I've seen some artist impressions that had a little island offshore with a no jetty to it, just a little island offshore. I don't know if that's VIP or what, but I've seen so many different artist impressions and predictions of what this place would be like, but nothing has happened yet. So right now I haven't seen anything for sure. So all I can tell you is a multi-story hotel is planned for this location, and it's planned for the Hyatt. Directly opposite is the Bethel Methodist Church, very old church in Barbados. Now all along here, believe it or not, no beach. And I say no beach, I mean maybe 20 feet at the widest from the landmass itself. Where you're seeing this chain link fence, there was no beach here. The sea was all up here. This is an amazing location. This is where the Harbour Police Station was located many years ago in this general area. They used to have a little small jetty off of here, and they also had no beach here at all. We're going to continue to walk in this direction. I'm going to show you how big this beach is, because where we're walking right now, we would be strolling through water. And I say water, maybe only about ankle deep, exactly where we are. Maybe shin or knee deep, somewhere in that location. But look at the size of this beach now. This is massive, absolutely massive. Now I'm not talking about 100 years ago. I'm talking about when I was like in my late teens. There was no beach down here. At high tide, you would get splashed if you walked across here in front of the properties. Look at the amount of sand that has settled here naturally over the years. Quite amazing. Now, some fishermen that I have spoken to have told me that this beach and Brandon's Beach are results of the Deepwater Harbour. From the time they claimed Pelican Island into Barbados and built the harbour there, all the sand started to build. Now that would make sense, because you're talking about 1966 in that kind of time frame, where we became independent. But just before that, when the actual port was built itself, all this here would have dropped sand. I remember working at a Sewen bar here for many years at Faulty Towers, and coming out, stepping straight out of the bar facility into the water with my bodyboard and surfing directly in front of here. Boatyard jetty, relatively new to this beach. When I say relatively new, it has been here for a lot of years. Boatyard has been run from the time I remember. However, it went under different ownership back in the original days. There was a small section here that was catering to all the yachters. If you remember the macaw that you see in there, I'm sure you remember that fairly well, and the Knowles brothers. Good morning to them, because I know sometimes they watch as well. But this jetty was laid out by the new owners, or the owners of the boatyard facility. Now originally a lot of this sand was not this far out, obviously, but it was quite a bit further out than where it was in the days when I'm talking about. Good morning, how are you going? I'm going back to the 1980s now, when I'm talking about the water being right up to the properties itself here. As you can see, the little south swell impacts this section here. This is facing the south area, unlike the one that's up by the yacht club and stuff, which tends to be facing more of the westerly side. So you get a much bigger swell in this general area. However, up the yacht club can also pick up some massive swells off of north swells if the south gets really big. If you want to party, Boatyard, they offer amazing packages where you pay one fee at the door, and that entitles you to some food or drinks up to a certain amount, beach loungers and umbrellas. This is a very popular spot. I remember in the days of the Backyard Fest, etc. Anybody that remembers them will know I'm talking about. Party like animals. Jetty showing its wear and the pipes underneath it. You can see, although there are cast iron pipes, they're already having a lot of corrosion and rusting going on there in the outer shell of it. If you want, you can also do some snorkeling from here as well. Not pushing the boatyard, just letting you know of places that I've been to that I've had an amazing time. This is one of them for sure. Now, when I say I used to work at the Sewen was located just behind those tents. I used to come off of the wall there and go into the sea at high tide. That would tell you how big this beach has become. Massive. Very popular beach for exercising. I was walking down here this morning comfortably, just chipping, trying to get down in time, and this guy flew past me that I know running, trying to make me feel bad, but he didn't know I was laughing at him because he's exercising. I relaxing. Two totally different things. All the water toys that you could possibly want, also available here as well. You can see the wear on this jetty, so this will tell you how much damage nature can do, because all this was absolutely immaculately done and extremely strong to withstand almost any conditions. You can see all the underneath section, concrete's breaking off, the reinforced steel is peeping out. Still deemed as safe. There's no warning on it not to use it, but I would imagine that over a period of time some work will have to go on this. This must have been a massive investment. You can appreciate what a big investment this was into this structure here, and this was done by the owners of the boatyard. Lots of facilities here as well. Lobster Live, that's the blue building in the center of the screen now. They also offer beach chairs, beach bar, music, lounging all day as well. This is the most popular spot for our cruise passengers that come to this island because they can walk here. It's about 15 minutes walk for a person who's just taking their time, and that's from the cruise terminal here, walking up through Broad Street or Bridgetown along the wharf itself, and you walk the boardwalk and you will be in this location. So along with the influx of the cruise tourism, many beach facilities have popped up along this way. Harbour Lights, that was not originally a location for daytime activity when I was in my teens and early 20s. That was catering to nighttime activity only. They opened their own beach section. We walk by that in a couple of minutes. We will actually be stopping there today. We'll only be taking in half of this beach. There's also Copa, which is in front of us with the white tents that's coming up. Another massive beach facility. That is something that was very new, interesting concept. And that's Virgin Airways purchased this property here and decided what they would do is they would cater to a check-in and fly operation. So you can come here to this facility, you can do your check-in at this facility, leave your luggage here, do everything, come out on the beach, spend the entire day, run back in, take a shower, hop on your bus and go straight to the airport and straight through. So it's a check-in and fly. I'm not too sure how that is operating since COVID came in, but I do know that that is what they offered, and I'm pretty sure they are going to be offering that if they're not doing so already. Now where we are right now, just behind here is a vacant lot. Now this is, again, just to tell you what this beach was and what it is. Right here where these small casuarinas are was where a jetty used to come out to off of there. It was called the Esso jetty. A lot of guys used to refill all their fuels from here. To where these trees are, these smaller trees here, is where the boats used to come in and get their fuel. So you will understand how deep here was, and look at it now. So I guess the sand that's missing from certain places, we're seeing it right here. I don't know, but I'm just saying that it's a lot of sand. It's got to come from somewhere. Just beautiful. Now they had two jetties I remember in my time. There was one here, and there was one up by what was called the old eye hospital. That will now be turned into a new beach facility as well. That's just a little further up. I'll point out that to you in a minute. So this whole place is transformed into entertainment center, basically speaking. You can get all types of water sports here, jet skis, glass bottom boats, sailing boats, whatever you want, powercraft, anything you would desire. You can come here and get from the beach itself and go straight out on them. If you'll notice, a lot of the catamarans also come in to the Carlisle Bay, where you will probably do some swimming with turtles as well, and that's because this is a protected marine park. There are a lot of wrecks that have been sunk here, to encourage fish in this area and stuff, and this is a protected park. You're not supposed to fish or spear fish in this area at all. Lots of facilities, I mean tons of facilities around here. If you have never been to Carlisle Bay, you've been to Barbados, that would be, I would say have to be unexpected. Because Carlisle Bay, everyone sees. You're going into Bridgetown to do some souvenir shopping, you see Carlisle Bay going out, no matter what you do. Because you can have little windows, you can actually see this beach as you're driving up, especially by the Bay Street Esplanade itself. If you have not walked on this beach, I would recommend you come and do so. The upcoming low tide that we are talking about on the 15th, you will be able to walk from Bridgetown right up to St. Lawrence Gap, almost to St. Lawrence. Well, yeah, St. Lawrence Gap as well, because you'll be able to walk through on Sandby Lagoon, I'm expecting. Without going deep into the water, you'll probably be able to wear a waist pouch and not get it wet, because you see conditions are going to be way lower than expected. I will put up another graph today probably just to get you ready for it, because the low tides really start from around Monday or so, but they get increasingly low up to Wednesday, which is the 15th. Now this is the proposed new beach facility that's going to be put up here. Right now a lot of people are parking on the beach here. There is a marked driveway down to the beach, so you don't have to use up the Browns Beach itself, but there are no facilities here except for obviously the bars that are next to them, but there are no public washrooms in this general area, and there's no Wi-Fi in this general area. So I would recommend definitely further up by Browns Beach, where it would probably be better. A lot of people saying, Nick, man, you on Browns Beach. Well, this is not where you were originally called Browns Beach, but yes, I am. I call this all Carlisle Beach now, because as the beaches have got this big, they're no longer individual little coves as they used to be. At one time, there were little pockets of sand, so you had numerous names: Burke's Beach, Yacht Club Beach, Browns Beach, just to name a few of them. Well, we are not doing any more teasing. This wind is blowing chilly. You know where I'm going to be taking you right now, because you know already how it is. We have to do a little teasing. I can't just come down here and not take you in the water. I have to tease you all properly. You all think teasing is for Wednesday and Sunday only? At all. Got to get a little bit as well in the week. You can see the little surge coming through here though. Normally down here does not have any type of drop off at all really. It has a nice slanty way going in, but as you've seen a little bit of surge this morning, there may be a slight drop off here. So if you are coming down, just be aware of that, because the little surge and stuff that's going on, there could be a little step down. It's going to be relatively gentle though, so it shouldn't be a problem anyhow. Wow, this water is warmer than the air itself. This is beautiful this morning. Whew, talk about lovely. Jeez. let me rub it in a little bit more. Let me let you see me smiling, because this water is divine this morning. The clarity down here, perfect. I can see right through. I can see all the little ripples in the sand, and let you see that as well too in a second. But first of all, I want to say hi to all of you all and greet you all, me myself. You know me, I'm not a show off, but I love a camera. So I don't know how you're going to determine the difference between the two, because I have for myself. I have a reason that goes with that. But anyhow, no problem. I just want to show you all this beautiful place. And of course, me. Good morning. I have had an amazing week. Just a fabulous week. I can't remember, to be honest with you. It is so hard to remember where we have been. I know where we were yesterday, but then I got to really think of where we were the day before and the day before and the day before, because I just feel peace and serenity wherever I go. And sometimes it's very hard. I have to actually look back at the YouTube channel to say, okay, well, I was here and I was there. And that's why I do an end of the week summary, to help all of those that have the same problem. They just know they've seen this beautiful, beautiful Barbados all week. But where were we? Can't remember. So we're going to give you that information later on today at our close of play. Just to let you see what the water looks like. Just beautiful. Now a lot of people say this is the leeward side. This is the leeward, the Caribbean waters or Caribbean Ocean. This is not Caribbean Sea or Caribbean Ocean or anything to do with the Caribbean waters. This is all Atlantic. We are to the east of all the Caribbean islands. The Caribbean Sea is to the west of those islands. So geographically, geez, big words, we are in the Atlantic Ocean. We're surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean. Don't mind that sort of like is against some of the songs that are written about Barbados being the gem of the Caribbean Sea. We're the gem outside of the Caribbean Sea, and we're the gem of the Caribbean, so we could say that. Beautiful reflections even without the sun coming up. Absolutely stunning waters. Calm and clear and transparent, just beautiful. Alright, that is your tease for this morning. I know some of you are coming to Island over the next 2 days. I really hope to be meeting you all while you're here. As I always like to say, my new line is, I want to share some sand with you, because I am a beach person, and of course this is where I'm going to be almost all of the time. If I'm not at home, going through the vlogs and stuff and commenting and talking to you all and encouraging you all to come to this beautiful, beautiful island. Although you all don't need any encouragement, I still do that as well. But I also am at the beach all the time. So if you're in the island and the weather, of course, permitting, because I don't know what the weather will be, it's tropical weather, and Crystal Waters is functioning tomorrow, I will be at the office from about 4 o'clock. And from what I have seen and from the comments that I have read, one of our welcoming committee personnel will be there as well, and that is my sister from the east. I'm not sure who else will be there, but she said she's coming. She usually doesn't say she's coming unless she appears. So even on beaches such as this, you're finding lifeguard huts, great facilities. There's no Wi-Fi from this hut itself, but there is a Wi-Fi from the one further up. Down here has a way of sometimes tricking you. You can find absolutely perfect sea conditions and a good current is running out. As you can see, it is a very gently tapered beach here. This is how the sea conditions are as well. It gently goes off. However, sometimes people who do not swim can be deceived down here. Go a little bit out of depth, the swell will come in, pull them out a little bit, and then they're in trouble. So, you know, lifeguard huts are critical for down here for sure, no matter how safe and how calm it looks. And also because of the volume of people. This is not a joke. When the cruise ships are in, when you have like 4 or 5 cruise ships in, out here could have easily 4,000 people. That is not a joke, and that is actually being conservative on that number. It is just a mass of people, especially in this general area here where all the facilities are and bars. We're going to be stopping our tour in this location here today. Just to let you know, if you want a little bit of real tropical fish fry, you can also get fish fry over here at this section just over on our left. This is just after you pass Harbour Lights. They have a little fishing, sort of like a little fishing building there where guys will do some grilled fish and stuff. So if you want some of that, you can come down here and try that as well. That's a nighttime event, of course. This place here in November, especially in December, not over the last couple of years, but in that kind of time frame, this entire bay here will have pleasure yachts, racing yachts, all types of luxury yachts and stuff. A lot of people tend to come across the Atlantic or come from the other Caribbean islands and sail up to Barbados and enjoy the beautifulness area. And this is our sort of like sheltered section. It's not really sheltered like some of the marinas and stuff, but out here is generally workable conditions if you're a yachter for sure. I know we have quite a few of our family that are experienced yachtsmen that can give you a little bit more information. Peter Hood, etc. Quite a few of them. I only single out Peter because he right now is doing his world trips. Apparently he's moving vessels from one part of the world to another part of the world. His skills are incredible. Good luck to you, Peter. We're loving your adventures, my friend. In the distance there you are seeing Harbour Lights. That entire, check it out though, seriously, sea grape hedge that runs that entire section there, that marks their properties. In front of there you can find easily 300 beach chairs and 150 umbrellas on any given day that you would have cruise ships in port. They have a massive beach setup. They offer everything in there as well. Barbecue, have burgers and all types of food and drinks, of course. And those party animals of you, I don't have to tell you about Harbour Lights in nighttime. Actually, maybe I should, because if you're like me, you won't have very much memories of it. You remember going there and you remember the morning after, but the nighttime itself, party like animals. We're going to do a silent 360 here, and then we're just going to say our farewells. So enjoy this here, please. So that was our 360. That's sort of like the end of our week. Thank you to everyone who's joined the care team, our crew, which is care team, our Munchkins, our Hall of Famers, and every one of our EMC members. Everyone that's joined us this week, we thank you so much for your company, your companionship, your love, your kindness, and your care. Remember that what we experience in the EMC is not what Barbados only brings. It is what everyone that's on here this morning watching Barbados brings. The peace and serenity and beauty that is limitless in this island. However, the kindness and the care and the compassion and everything else comes from the members that are on here this morning. And you know, it's just sort of like an extension of what Barbadian people are. The Barbadian people are exactly like what you are experiencing on here at the moment. Majority, I would say somewhere around 23% of our overall members, there are people of our 734 actual active members. I would say 23% are Barbadians living on Barbados. Another 20% approximately, I would do the math on it when I have the time and I have enough fingers, but another 20% are Barbadians that have lived here, that are living overseas, some that have not returned since they have left here. All of those people bring the Barbados friendship and kindness that we are experiencing on here this morning. And all the other people that are not Bajan full-time but part-time Bajans that come here continuously, numerous times, 30 and 40 times, they are just like Bajans because they've adopted the attitude and the friendliness and the kindness that we project in Barbados. So you're experiencing Barbados, not just the scenery, but Barbados as in the people of Barbados. And the ones that come here as part-timers, they're like Bajans. You can walk up to any of them, start talking to them, and you feel you're talking to a brother and sister from this soil because they've been here that many times and they love this place just like me. You know, when we first started these vlogs, way back in October before we started lives, you know, I had no clue of how much people really adore Barbados. I thought, well, man, you're the only person that loves this island and Bajans, but that is certainly not so. There are so many people around this world that love this place like their own home. So enjoy the rest of your day, folks, and have a great weekend. Remember, this is time to enjoy and celebrate, but not a time to get silly and stupid. There are a lot of restrictions in life now, but there are things we're living with. Safety is critical right now. Things are a little bit rough all around the place, so just move around with your happiness, move around with your positivity, and make sure and be safe. I hope you all have a fantastic time. I'm going to leave you all with a photo up to say goodbye. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. So we're going to give you a 180 photo op this morning. Here we go. Love and best wishes from the Little Rock in the Atlantic Ocean just east of the Caribbean Sea. Have a great day, everyone. Love you all.